Hey, it's Gordon here with another edition of the Unscripted Series, and it's a pretty special one here. We're at the Wine Country Ukulele Festival, and I'm here with Rick Turner and Eric Devine. And I was asked, I don't know, like you guys know I do this weekly series, or maybe you've seen it or not. And I was losing my inspiration for that. I was supposed to do 50 of them originally, and I'm at 140, I think. And so a couple months ago, I said to people, like, I don't know, man, I'm kind of getting tired of this. But if you got more ideas, I'll keep going. And people said, well, would you talk about the builders that kind of inspire you? And so here I am, lucky enough to be with, two of the builders, and I'd say two of the, three that really, have inspired us along the way. And, in a nutshell, the reason for that for me is a few things. And one is, I don't know if you guys would agree or not, but I think it's, it's hard to build a ukulele, but anybody that can might get lucky and be able to build a good one. But what I really respect is someone who can do it day in, day out, with consistency. And I think, both of you in different
you
ways.
Respect the insanity.
Yeah. Well, Kenny Hill's comment on it as he was getting out of making ukuleles was, the trouble with ukes is that they're 3/4 of the work of a guitar for half the money.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things we're up against.
But how long have you been doing it?
Guitars or ukes? I apprenticed as a guitar repairman in 1963.
I can't even do the math.
Yeah, so it's not so easy.
Yeah.
I've been at it for 51 years as a hands-on luthier. And ukes I came into about 12 years ago.
And you said you were about to do your, how many instrument?
Well, if you count all the alembics that I was hands-on with, and then all the Turner guitars, and then all the ukes, I'm nudging past, I'm probably about 4,500 that I've done something on.
Yeah.
Whether it's cut the wood or spray the finish or build the whole thing or build parts or shape the necks or whatever.
Eric, how long have you been at it?
I'm the baby of the industry, so I think I built my first instrument in 01.
Yeah.
And I think I'm up about 215 right now.
But you just do, 30 a year and very
one-man shop.
Very specialized.
Yeah.
But your work is just stunningly gorgeous. You want to show the one you brought here? You mind doing that? Maybe as he's opening that up, you could show what you've got here, Rick.
This is one of our newer things. It's an octave uke, so it's tuned to uke tuning, but an octave low with the low G.
Nice.
It's got Wine Country sunlight tuning. Yeah, and the special binding here.
I saw that. Very, very flashy.
Blue mother of toilet seat.
Eric, you just strung that one up.
This one, like we said earlier, is still gassing off a little bit, the lacquer, but fresh out of the gate.
Is that one for sale?
This one, I believe, is actually going to Ukulele Pua Pua.
Nice.
Probably next week. So.
Yeah.
It was one that I had done for a different customer that unfortunately was not able to have it as it came.
Yeah.
To fruition.
We have that every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like when people are waiting 2 years for your instruments, right? And they're gonna, circumstances change.
It does,
right?
yeah. A lot can change over 2 years. So.
But I think, the other thing that impresses me about you guys as builders is the sense of community among ukulele builders. And I think you say you're the baby of the group, but we got started in 08. And you've got to have, someone's got to kind of lend you a hand. And, in the case of Rick, we won't talk for months. And out of the blue, I'll have some situation in the shop. And I'll send Rick an email on any variety. I've sent an email on rosettes and on compensation.
Yeah, right,
for,
money.
For
right.
Yeah, can you send some money? and the thing is that I will hear back from Rick, yeah, within an hour. In the morning, and then Eric, whom I had never met until last night. We met briefly, but talked for 2 or 3 hours today. And there's this. I never found this among guitar builders, but
it's there, yeah.
Even though I know you guys build guitars,
yeah.
But I feel you feel like it's as strong among guitar builders as ukulele builders.
It's a little more scattered because the variety of guitars is a little more than ukes, and it's a the genres of music don't intersect quite so much. For instance, the world of a Wayne Henderson, building, beautiful D28s is not the same as the world of Jeff Traugott making fingerstyle guitars or Kenny Hill making classical guitars. Whereas what we're doing is it's a little tighter, and it's a smaller scene. And the same thing though is that we've got, let's face it, our real competition is not one another; it's the factories, and it's the fact that people can get a playable uke for $200 or $300. Why should they spend $2,000 or $3,000 on ours? Well, one of the reasons is because we make stuff that's going to be nice 100 years from now, and also I think we make better musical tools, so yeah,
definitely more accessible tools.
yeah. Right. And we can put more time into details,
Yeah, look at the
Morris
detail.
wood,
Your rosettes and your man, the inlay on yours is stunning.
Yeah,
even down to the back splice, which I was looking at. Did people help give you a start?
Yeah, actually, probably one of my biggest people that I look up to would be Steve Grimes. Having already lived over on Maui, and before I, back in my younger days, before I even knew what a custom instrument was, I had run into one of his instruments, and not knowing anything about that world was obviously blown away. And started doing some research and figured out who he was, and kind of got in touch with him. And he really, like in the beginning, was very helpful in getting me started. And still to this day, I mean, we constantly bounce ideas off of each other about finishing and all these things that are always evolving in the instrument building world. That the thing I like about Steve the most is, as long as he's been at it, he's still just a junkie trying to learn about building and trying to improve every day and stuff. And that's,
I think, the moment
what I
you're
wanna
not
do as well.
you're not like raising the bar.
As soon as you think you've got it all figured
Then,
out, you're done.
You're done. Right?
They changed the formula on the finish, and it doesn't work anymore.
But to me, I got a little different perspective when you say the factories are the competition. To me, the great thing about the builder community is we're all trying to help each other be better. And in a sense, the quality of your work and the time you've been at it drives me, right? As other things, drive you. And I think to continue to put out better and better instruments, that's the challenge, and that's what makes this great. Is I think as long as we're doing that, then the ukulele community is going to continue to grow, and we're just fine.
One of the
plenty of
interesting,
room for all of us.
I think one of the big differences now in the uke world is that there's a lot more different kinds of music being played on the uke than there were in the previous waves of uke. Because it started off genuine Hawaiian, and then from, I believe it was 1917 to 1942 or something like that, the top selling sheet music in the United States was Hawaiian music, 85% of which was written on Tin Pan Alley in New York, but it was that faux Hawaiian thing. And then the next wave, of course, was Arthur Godfrey, with the sort of pop music thing. And but now you've got everybody, from the straight ahead Hawaiian stuff to the phenomenal virtuoso like of a James Hill or a Jake. You got an up and coming jazz artist like Sarah Maisel, who's a fantastic player and very inspirational. For me, it's driven by the music and the musical needs. This doing an octave uke was from playing in a 2-uke jazz combo and wanting to stretch out the voicings. And we started off with 2 tenors, and then Shandor would often switch to a baritone. And I got to thinking, wouldn't it be nice to be playing dual parts with a tenor and an octave uke, an octave below it. So that's kind of, for me, a lot of it is being driven by musical needs that I have or that I see my friends have.
Right.
They seem to kind of go hand in hand, and like you said, the different eras of what is being played on the uke.
Yeah.
Up until a certain point, the uke only had to be so good because all it did was went plink, plink, plink.
Well,
now they're real instruments.
Now
We're
it's a
making,
real
right.
yeah.
And
We're
people
making
ask
real
all the
instruments.
time, like, how long will this uke wave last? I say, I don't see it stopping. I think that there's been a driver behind the wave, which is people want an approachable instrument. But the last couple of waves, you couldn't get a good high quality instrument. So when it started to get beyond that initial enthusiasm, people wanted to really do something with it, the instrument wouldn't do it.
Right.
But now it does. Look
Now
what they
it
can
does.
get.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
And it is exciting. So,
Well, the Martins delivered,
yeah.
but then,
Not enough
there was only
beyond
so
that.
much, right? There was only so far it went.
All right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up here, guys. Thanks for spending
Great.
the time. It's
Thank you.
really great to catch up with you both. That's why I love
Great.
these festivals.
Yeah.
And all right, we'll get back at it. Thanks. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.